We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Arizona Cardinals. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
25-yard line.
First carry for Kenyon Drake. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
He was brought down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
On second down, it's Drake. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. A gain there of 30 big ones. The safeties were well back there, and he had a lot of room. Were they in the cover too?
Yeah, they were, and the safeties were back. You know, usually they're 12 to 15 yards off the line of scrimmage, somewhere around the hash mark for each of them. But what also happens if the linebackers dive into the line, if you block them initially, that blocker can come off of them and get up to the safeties on the second level, and now you've got a big place to run the football.
Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against, but you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. The 40, the 20, 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Short throw, pick six right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys.
Makes the score Cowboys 7, Cardinals 0. Greg Zuerlein to kick off for Dallas.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him and they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Murray a give. This is Drake. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Anthony Brown there on the tackle.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. 2nd and 16. From the gun, Murray. Throw left side complete. That's Drake. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Murray to throw on 3rd and 1. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Drake. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Give him 3 yards there on the 1st down pickup.
1st down.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. On 1st down, Drake. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
2nd and 12. Murray going to run play action with Drake and look to throw it. Man open left side, it's Williams.
Murray's pass.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So that'll back him up 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Murray. He'll air this one out for Kirk. And that is incomplete.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And that'll skip out of bounds inside the 20 at the 17-yard line. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. On the counter, Elliott. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago. Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards. Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that. And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a long night. A first down carry by Elliott. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Cowboys 7, Cardinals nothing.
Second down and 8.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. Mike 48. Mike 48. Rip right.
From the gun, it's Tua. Throw left side complete. It's Elliott. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a third down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on third down.
We got 4. We got 4. Check 48 to the mic. Check 48.
Looking to pass. Tua. To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 34-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's first and 10 at the 34.
Check your hot read.
Now back to the ground with Elliott. The Falcons' leading tackler a season ago, Devondre Campbell, gets another one there.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you scramble a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
Tua wants to throw it on second down. This one caught left side by Cooper. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight right. Tight right. 4 there. I got 19. I got 19.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Cowboys trot out Greg Zuerlein. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive. They stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. For the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
He was brought down.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Operating from the gun, Murray. Fitzgerald on the slant. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Drake. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Tyrone Crawford.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, Murray. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Aldon Smith in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Now Andy Lee will come on to punt this one away. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this will be touchdown across midfield at the 45-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Here we go. 48 mark.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. On 2nd down, Tua. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. And he is the NFC reigning offensive player of the week. You got to think, all the guys that take the field each and every week, that's not an easy award. Always has to feel good to grab.
It has to feel great because it separates you, at least for a week, amongst your peers. And for him to separate again, he has to have the same type of a game. That means being explosive off the line of scrimmage and catching everything that comes his way.
On first down, Elliott. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense get back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 16 yards, a first down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
They'll run on first down. It's Elliott, and he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On second down, Elliott. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and it's going to yield a new set of downs. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Zerline's kick is up and through. And that will finish off this third quarter of play. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Zane Gonzalez to kick off for Arizona.
The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And the half will begin with a touchback.
That's the reason we go for. Circle around twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on Here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Keep it up, guys. Keep it. 25, check 25, check 25.
Here's Tua. He'll find a rookie from Oklahoma, CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb was my favorite receiver in this year's draft, and it's still hard for me to believe that he lasted till the 17th pick of the first round. No one took him before that, and Dallas, surprisingly, finds him available, takes him, and you see why. Great hands, great route running. This guy is Mr. Excitement.
Mike 48, Mike 48. Man, I got you. Check.
Out of the gun on 3rd down. Here's Tua. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And, Charles, they trail by a couple of scores, but if they could put a good drive together here and go a long way toward getting them back. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. CeeDee, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. After the turnover, it's Tua. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cooper. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
They certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
On 1st down, it's Elliott. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Ezekiel Elliott, the ball.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
2nd and 6. at the 20-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Check 48's the mic. Check 48's the mic. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Tell me what you got. What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Here we go.
Again, it's Elliott. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10.
Mike 48, Mike 48. Check the out, check the out, check the out. Check 3, check 3. Check.
From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And on his way to the end zone, shedding the tackle, he would not be denied.
That's what's called finishing the run. Making sure you power your way through. One-on-one tackle. No running back wants to go to the bench and say, I got stopped just short.
Now Zerline on to add the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Good. Makes the score Cowboys 20, Cardinals nothing. Greg Zuerlein to kick off for Dallas.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They're in a bit of a bind, a pretty big bind, down 20-0 as they start here on 1st and 10. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Murray. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Randy Gregory in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
3rd down.
Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Murray. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. From the gun, Murray, and he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Tyrone Crawford able to get him for a loss of about 3. the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Here's Murray from midfield, going deep for Hopkins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the 1st down. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
And I believe that that gain on 3rd and long changes things quite a bit, because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They're going for it. It's Murray. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hopkins. But he will be stopped behind the line as he will not come close to the marker. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
Here we go, D. Check 52.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes in the run game, you can make the argument that quickness beats size. And how about the example right here?
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
I know he ain't got it. Hey, look, 48. Look, hey, we don't like the 48 right now. Let's go. He's time to win. He's time to run.
Tua sets up to pass it. Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Tight end right. Hey, 4 down. Check 4.
Now Tua. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Check 59. Check. Hey, check 24. Watch 22 blast. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Now Elliott. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
The ball carrier.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check 48's the mic. Get in the weight room.
They go to Elliott again. And he's going to be stopped up just short of the first down at the Cardinals' 33.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 1.
And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Cowboys on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A little surprise pays off on 3rd and 1. Pass instead of run. Gets him 15 yards. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
You ready? Mike 48, Mike 48. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They'll keep it on the ground. Elliott. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Solid coverage on the play by Devondre Campbell.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one. And oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Zerline now for the PAT. And that stretches the lead to 27.
Good. Makes the score Cowboys 27, Cardinals nothing. Greg Zerline to kick off for Dallas.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Now a hit and a loose football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Well, obviously you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline and saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Tyrone Crawford, his second sack of the night.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Murray fighting, lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. A 20th carry here for Elliott. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
He's brought down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Here we go. Alert flare. Check.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Elliott. And he's going to be stopped up just short of the first down at the Cardinals' 14. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
48 mark. We own them. Switch. Alert 3. 10 seconds.
They'll run with Elliott. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Check.
Now Elliott. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. This one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
The score, Cowboys 34, Cardinals nothing.
She gon' put it on me.
Greg Zuerlein to kick off for Dallas.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
23 yards, the final tally. From the gun, Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again, Murray. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down.
3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Murray to air it out again. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Watch the safety creep.
Now Murray's got to have this one. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence and Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Not today. 58's the money. 58's the money.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5.
Corey Peters brought him down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll keep it on the ground. Elliott. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Here's Elliott. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
On 2nd down now, it's Elliott. And a short gain here down to the 22. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Instead of a 3rd and 4, now they have to manage a 3rd and 9 after the delay of game.
48 for Mike. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Tonight's final score.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Cowboys, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they will hit the road next week to take on Washington. Meanwhile, for Arizona, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.